Hello everyone, it's Kathy. I'm back from the Hubs of Hell. I don't know what that means, but my mother used to say that. The Hubs of Hell. I'm going to do a review on Members Mark, which is Sam's Club. Broccoli cheddar soup. Stovetop, remove lid film from container, pour into saucepan, microwave, contents into microwave safe bowl, cover with paper towel, microwave on high. Now, before we get into that, thanks to everybody who tried to and did uplift me during this time. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just knew that I couldn't stay the way I was before. I got my new knee. I turned out, which I knew up front, but I didn't know whether what they were giving me would do that. As far as medication, I'm allergic to the hydrocodones, Oxycontin. So they ended up giving me what they called something in the same family. It's hydromorphone. It worked, but I don't think it was all that successful because I was still in a tremendous amount of pain most of the time. I had my 4-week check yesterday. There's no stitches. They do, from what I'm told, they glue, and then they do fairy stitches. I'm not sure what they're calling it, but I don't see any stitches. It's still a very long scar, but it is very thin. It's not nearly as painful as it was, but they do remind you that there is a total of a 4-month recovery before your body has accepted and you are healed. So with that said, when I was in Sam's yesterday, I was with my daughter because we came there after we went to the doctor's appointment. She said, "Are you going in?" I said, "If I can get electric cart, yes, I'm going in." Got the electric cart, went in. I wonder if it's only me or does anybody else, possibly because it's an age thing, I'm not sure. But I have hamburger problems. I don't understand. I don't want hamburger in a roll like a sausage. Having worked in supermarkets for so many years, I want to see my hamburger. I want to know that it was ground that morning or that afternoon, whatever. Even if it says 80-20 on it, you can look at it. It says 85-15. You know what you're getting. But having it in a sausage roll, I have no problem with sausage that way. I just have a problem with hamburger that way. And is that just me, or does everybody else feel that way? I don't know. But I only buy what I can see when it comes to hamburger. Now, also somebody, probably my mother, would tell me when it came to the surgery, if it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger. That was one of her sayings. My father had more than she had, but that was one of hers. And what has that to do with the price of eggs? Wow, that came to light, didn't it? I don't know. I guess it is the price of eggs that has to do with it. Depending on where you go, you're paying awful prices for eggs. And I think the big box stores still are the cheapest. BJ's and Sam's or Costco. We don't have a Costco here. But those are your best chances. Otherwise, we're a household that almost always would have a dozen or half a dozen, because you would use it for baking or scrambled eggs or hard-boiled eggs to make a salad. We've been going without them until we saw that we could get them at a fairly decent price considering. And I know that many places, you see it on television, there are no eggs at all. You can go 20 feet down a case and there's not one single egg. And I heard this morning that they're likely to go even higher than they are now. And eggs used to be one of the cheapest things that you could buy and had a lot of protein. They got a bad rap years back, but then that came back. Hopefully, the good Lord's willing, this will end fairly soon when we get another supply of chickens in the future and they evolve and we get more, we get eggs. But this is a bad time for a lot of people. A lot of people. And I think it's going to get worse for a lot of people before it gets any better. Well, anyway, let's try this. It's very thick. I kind of like my soup to be soup. This is, it's got carrots and onions and of course broccoli. This isn't nearly hot enough, but it has a good flavor. They have good codes on them too, like this one is good until April. I think what I would do, add some milk or half and half to it. And use this almost as a base rather than a soup. You could even add a little more of the vegetables to it. Broccoli or onion or whatever you have. It doesn't have a bad flavor. It just, it's a bit too thick for me. And it's a little on the bland side. But then you can fix that too. You can add some hot peppers or we like putting things like cumin and turmeric and different things that help add to the flavor. Even a little bit of ground mustard. This says it has a touch of Dijon, I think it said. Yeah. Yeah. So, other than that, we've got a good day for temperature today. I think it's in the mid-40s. There's a lot of melting going on. There's not too much snow left. I hear on the radio that or the TV that it is going to get warmer for a few days and then get cooler for a few days and then get warmer, but we're right around the corner to March. March is just a few days away. So we'll be there before you know it. The only thing, I keep going back to this, but as far as, you don't even have to be living alone, because I'm not living alone. But it's been 4 weeks, 3 weeks at least, since I've really been able to stand for any length of time. I mean, I was doing dishes in between. I made a tortellini soup. I made sausage and peppers one day. But it was sitting, a lot of that, the prep work is sitting at the table. And then you just put it in a pan or you put it in a bowl or you put it in the oven. But nothing else was getting done. So, if you can afford it, have a housekeeper come in. My daughter suggested that to me early on, and I didn't do it. But now I'm way behind. Even if it's somebody who will do your laundry and wash your kitchen floor and vacuum for you. I mean, you don't want windows washed or, any heavy duty work, but something that will keep your house in condition in case somebody comes in to see you. And I stayed on the couch in the living room because our bed is high. And I did end up getting a footstool. and used that a couple of times, but it was just much more comfortable on the couch as long as Brady wasn't there, because if he was there, forget it. He takes up a little bit of room when he goes to sleep, and then the next thing you know, you're awake because he's spread out. And if you go try to move him, he'll kick you. Yeah, yeah. So, hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's keeping away from the flu. Thanks again for everything everybody has done. I'm sorry I was gone so long. Please give me a thumbs up or a like. Or if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. I really would appreciate that. It helps the channel immensely. And until I see you again, thank you. And be kind to one another. It doesn't cost anything. Okay? All right. Bye now. I'm off. And walking. Still limping, but walking.